This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
The Forest Ramble mini-match report.
Let's start by saying that, like last year, Forest was second best, but far from disgraced at Stamford Bridge. This pretty much vindicates Sabry's team selection, and the Frenchman will have been the happier of the two managers. The first goal after only 6 minutes could have been a disaster. After 2 months out, poor Yuri Ribeiro could have done without a rampant Callum Hudson-Odoi and Reece James up against him, and he was isolated by his teammates, and he wasn't close enough when Hudson-Odoi scored his goal. However, Forest managed not to crumble, and after switching from 4-4-2 to 4-4-1-1, allowing Carvalho to move to number 10, Alex Myton won a penalty. OK, it was a soft pen. Hang on, he was offside. Was he? Oh, his hand was offside. What, really? It's worth noting that Carvalho was ready to take the penalty. A goal, actually, at the moment, would have done him a lot of good. The second goal was a bit too similar to the first, really, but would it have been different if VAR hadn't ruled out the penalty? I guess we'll never know. By this time, Adoma had moved to the left wing, at least offered Yuri a little bit more protection in the second half, although the young fullback will have been glad that Hudson-Odoi moved to the other wing in the second period. Let's be honest, the stars of the show were the gaffer and Alex Myton. The gaffer, he played down the match beforehand, but he still nurtured his team through the occasion. He blooded the youngsters, many more academy players, and he didn't let their heads drop. He also spoke well after the match, and he didn't get baited by the VAR issues. Myton was a revelation, stronger than his 17 years would suggest, tricky, fast and skillful, holding up the ball by himself, but looking for his teammates and always playing on the front foot. We've said before that playing up front for Forest is a really tough gig, and to do it so well on your debut against Premier League defenders was quite an achievement. We might see more of this kid before the end of the season.
And welcome everybody to what...
Wait, Brian, what are you doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to be recording a promo here, aren't we?
Aren't you supposed to tell people where they can find us?
Yeah, we're What the Hops podcast based out of Buffalo, New York. We like to talk a lot about beer.
A little bit about music.
And all sorts of random things.
So be sure to go find us wherever you get your podcasts and hit up all your social medias and search What the Hops and hit that like button.